Alright, Mara update. I'll do CleanSpark as well. So, based on what happened over the last 8 days, I would say that this is likely this is the very bottom right here. This has got to be the bottom at this point. Again, I showed in one of the previous videos how the timing fits perfectly for this to be the bottom. We had this move down right here, and it was an impulse, and so of course I thought that this was the start of a E wave down. I thought it was going to end up going like this. Have 5 waves down here. But what I didn't notice when I was looking at that is we had already broken out of here. It looks like a false breakout because we came all the way back down to here. We came into 3-day demand, and now we're shooting back up here. 25 is a hard resistance today. 25.50. We're right around there again. You can see it's not been able to break that on the GEX levels. And I'm expecting a market sell-off, so I would not be surprised if we get another move back down here next week. Or maybe this will be a first wave and we'll get a second wave down. So it might look like this. The reason I say might is this is all over the place. So it's kind of hard to say this 100% is going to happen because, again, we get a breakout here and then all of a sudden we go from 26 back down to 17. So what I think this probably is this is probably an A wave here. If that is the case, that's like really all it can be. This has to be an A wave or a W wave because this right here hit the 1.61 fib. So this is likely an A wave or an X wave, and we're starting the next move up. Regardless, just looking at the levels I see on the GEX, I see this hitting 30 bucks within the next month. This right here is saying 34 bucks. So maybe 34 bucks, or we get something like this to the gap fill at 16 bucks, and then it goes like that. So this dip would probably be pretty quick, and I would expect it probably to hit the gap fill. We didn't quite hit the high here. The high here was 26.30. We hit 25.80 it looks like. So a little bit less than that is this gap fill at 16.37. That's back into demand. And then that would finish off a X wave, or this could be W as well. So this could be W, X, Y, like that. What that does, though, if this happens, what it looks like, what that does is that means we're going to come back down one more time. So like that, and then it's an extend, and then next year we'll finally get the move to 50. That's what I see. I mean, I wanted that to be an impulse up, because if this was an impulse up, if this would have gone like this, then I would have said, okay, we're on our way. We've already started this move up right here. Let's see. We've already started this. But the fact that it's a corrective move means that it's not ready to break out yet. So I think 30 bucks into the end of the year makes a lot of sense, and then sell off down here to 12 bucks. Probably in like February, March, or April, and then shoot up into the end of 2025. What does that mean for Bitcoin? I'm not sure, because Bitcoin's already made its move up. Bitcoin's already at almost 100,000 here. What's even more crazy about Bitcoin is I still have this as the end of a third wave of a third wave. So I'm still looking for this fourth wave. I think we probably get that next week. We should be getting this next week, and then another move higher after that. So you can see why I think Mara will likely pull back soon. And if we go all the way down to like 90K, let's say Bitcoin pulls back to 90K, Mara can go down to 16 easy. And then we take off and we hit potentially like 105, 110K. And then it's 1, 2, 3, pull back again, and then fifth wave up. Maybe this fourth wave right here ends up going sideways for a while. And that's why Mara sells off. I don't know why Mara would sell off down to 12 bucks, but that stock's really random. So anything's possible. I just know that it has resistance right now. I'm going to follow the GEX levels on it a lot. That really helps out figure out which pattern is most likely. And that's pretty much all I have to say on it right now. I would be surprised if Mara breaks above 25.50 tomorrow. I'll say that. It's more likely for it to come down tomorrow than higher. CleanSpark. So basically the same thing. This move started in February of 2024, this year. And then we've been doing this move ever since. It's probably going to end up doing the same thing. Something like that. November 7th, we hit the high, we sell off here. This has come up a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if this hits 1166 gap fill and then comes back up here and hits like 20 bucks into the end of the year. So again, this would look like, and then something up here into the end of the year, and then sell off into 2025 back down here. These stocks are not for the faint of heart because they just move crazy moves either way. You can make a lot of money, you can lose a lot of money, but I think in the end this is going to go much higher as well. I think this is going to go to potentially over 100 bucks, which seems crazy, but look at the last breakout here. It's possible it doesn't go there and it comes up here just like 40 bucks and then comes back down after it sells off, but parallel lines are saying 100 bucks. So we'll see if that plays out or not. Remember, it went from $1 all the way up to 24 bucks. So going to 100 bucks is not really that far of a stretch. So that is Mara and that is CleanSpark. The market's starting to sell off here a little bit. Let me go back to Mara one more time. So yeah, I sold all I had calls. I sold those all at the very beginning of the day, right when it opened up, because I knew that 25.50 was going to be a hard resistance. So I sold there, and I'm just waiting for a pullback now. I want to see a pullback. You can look on the daily as well and see that we're way outside the standard deviation. So the likelihood of just going straight to 30 is not going to happen. If you're buying options right now, I would stop doing that too because IV is at like 98%. So the only two options here are selling puts or buying shares. But you're at the top of the range. Do you want to sell puts at the top of the range? Do you want to buy shares at the top of the range? Probably not. I did sell a portion of puts here in case I'm wrong. But I'm going to add to that if it falls. I'll probably grab shares, to be honest, if it comes down here. Because the IV is going to be insane, probably all the way through the end of the year with Bitcoin running like this. So we'll see. This could end up being a second wave, too. So, and actually, I just noticed something that's very important. We should be looking at this daily demand zone right here. So that's where we should be looking at right there. anything from 2065 to 1828 is possible within the next week. So look for something in here to buy, and then from there, it should be going up. One more sell-off down in this area, down here next week, buy in that area, and then hold until we get up to 30 bucks into the end of the year. That's kind of the outline that I have for Mara. That's why I sold today. This is going to pull back more than likely to that area. I would probably aim for the 20 DMA. No, the 200 DMA. 1940 would be my target. Where is the 50 at? I don't have the 50 on there right now. Well, whatever. That is the area that you want to be looking for on a pullback. That's pretty much it for this video. I guess on CleanSpark, you want to look for okay, so CleanSpark falls with Mara. It's already in demand right now. It bounced out of demand and now it's back into it. You could be looking at something all the way down here at 10 bucks. It wouldn't surprise me. 10.76 to 10 bucks. Let's do this. Yeah, don't be surprised if CleanSpark hits in this area right here, 10.75 to 10 bucks. So it would look like this. That's what I'm looking for on CleanSpark. So I actually have sold puts on them. I'm down on those. I sold those when this was at like 16 bucks, thinking that I was getting a pretty good deal. And it came all the way down there, and I've been down ever since. I don't really care that much, though. My break-even's like 12.80. So I'm going to be down if this happens. I'll be down a couple grand at least. But I'm not worried about it because I think it's going to 20 bucks. So that's it for this video. Hopefully that's a pretty good, thorough explanation of Mara and CleanSpark, what to expect. And if it breaks out from here, then okay. These stocks are kind of unpredictable. So I just make a thesis of what I see. And sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But right now, I'd probably be selling options and buying shares with high IV.